There you go, kid. What's up, guys? Joe with Odyssey Off-Road. Check out this little kid squad, a 110 Canam Renegade XXC. Really neat. My brother just picked this up from my niece, and she's moving up from a Polaris 70. And this thing, she just was doing some laps. So you've seen a little bit of footage here. Start the video around the yard trying it out. But this thing is really cool. So it's very similar. It's almost the same machine as the regular Renegade Kids 110, but the XXC, you can see the suspension in the front. You get dual A-arms with actual shocks that work well. The rear shock too. When you push the shocks down on these, when you push down on the suspension, the rebound comes up nice and slow. It's not springy and bouncy like the standard models are. You can really feel the difference in the suspension. And you have true dual A-arm suspension here instead of the single A-arm. Really makes a big difference in handling wise. And the front track width is almost 43 inches wide, so it's about 2.5 inches wider than the standard 110. So the front end on this is wider than the rear. So what they do on the 110 XXCs is they just widen the front and you get a true dual A-arm suspension, and the rear is the same as the regular 110. But really nice machine. It's got headlights that work. I'll flip them on for you. I'm sure you can get some like LED bulbs, and sorry about the wind noise, but it is a little bit windy today. Probably change those out for some LEDs, I'm sure. Just swap the bulbs out. Really nice. And then she just fires to life. A really nice exhaust note. Now, the motor and all that stuff is the same as the regular 110, but I've had a couple of 110 Polarises, and this exhaust sounds a lot thumpier. I don't know if the muffler's a little shorter or not. I haven't looked into that yet, but it's a noticeable difference in tone in the way it sounds. Put it neutral, give you guys some revs. So it sounds really nice. Nice little machine. Pricing is only a couple $100 more than the standard 110. And I will tell you, if you can swing the cost of the regular 110, I would definitely suggest bumping up to this one, because the suspension's night and day. It's going to be night and day more comfortable for your kid. And handling wise, stability, it's a little wider in the front. You don't have to worry about them taking a turn too hot and rolling it. The standard 110 is pretty stable. In my opinion, honestly. The downside of those standard 110s are, which my son experienced, is if you're going down a trail pretty good and you hit a little bump, the suspension on those single A-arm, junky little shocks they have on them don't really react and respond to much. This is much better. It's going to really make a world of difference on the trail for the kids. You can see how the rebound comes up nice and slow, especially even in the rear. In the rear, you don't get a piggyback shock, but it is preload adjustable with a collar. So that's pretty cool. If you push it down, you'll see how it comes up nice and slow. Well, you'll notice on the regular 110s, if you push down on them, it just bang, comes right back up. So it really bounces the kid around a lot. This suspension is, a lot more premium. I don't know what brand the shocks are. They're something, whatever Can-Am builds for them or buys for them, but they do have reservoirs that are true reservoirs in the front. They're not just for show. There's actually fluid that goes through them and helps cool them, keep the shocks cooler. So yeah, this is an A+, this thing, dude. It's great. Look, I love the styling. It just looks like a full-size Renegade. So she's thrilled to have a big girl quad now. Matches her Aunt Jen with her 1000 XXC. And a really nice machine. So I think if I was in the market for a 110 again for one of my kids, when my kids were riding the smaller quads, I would buy this one in a heartbeat over the standard 110. That suspension is a world of difference, and it's only a few $100 more. Well worth it. You get the hand guards too. You get a few more dummy lights up here. So you got the check engine light, the gas light, which is nice. If kids riding around, the gas light comes on, they know. Tell mom or dad I need some more fuel. and then you get reverse and neutral light. And yeah, you don't get a horn like you do on the regular 110s. And but the handguards are a nice little touch. The graphics, really nice. It's a really nice machine. And there she goes, the Daredevil herself. That's her quad. And you saw her riding it before it. So that's it, guys. Just want to give you a little quick walk around on this thing. She loves it. Maybe my brother might do a little HMF exhaust system on it. And if he does, we'll do a video on that too. But HMF makes an exhaust. Big Gun makes an exhaust for this thing. And according to HMF, there's no tuning required, I don't believe. I know people that put HMF exhausts on the 110s. And there was no tuning needed. So, and it does make a bit of a difference. And open it up. The stock exhaust pipes are very tiny, as you would expect on a 110. But yeah, so she's happy, moving up from a 70. Only thing I wish Can-Am would do, and Polaris too, it's very similar machine. The Polaris Outlaw 110 and this. Well, I will say though, another difference between this and the Polaris 110, the seat is way more comfortable on this thing. I mean, it's a little more narrower, like a sport quad, but it's super squishy, super soft foam, very, very comfortable. But so between that, extra soft seat, and the better suspension, it's going to be a lot more comfortable on the trail for your kid. So that's a win-win. If the kids are comfortable and they're having a good time, they're going to ride longer and enjoy it more than getting bounced around and with these rigid pogo shocks that they put on the standard ones. This is for a couple $100 more. I mean, I think it's well worth it, the upgrade over the regular 110. Like I was saying with the brakes, they still use drum brakes, rear and front, which they do the job. They stop, and we've had a few of these on the channel. My kids had them. And they do the job, and they last, and they work. You just don't have the stopping power. So if you have like a heavier kid, he's going to really need to clamp down both front and rear to bring the machine to a stop. Although the CVT does a great job with some engine braking and assisting and stopping. With these, when you let off the gas, they do tend to start slowing down. So that is a little bit of assistance. But yeah, I'll give you one final little walk around. And then we will wrap this one up. So pretty cool, nice machine from Can-Am at a good price, and this will last her for a while. She's a peanut. See her next to my son Ryan there, and so that's it, guys. Smash the thumbs up button. Thanks for tuning in. Go out, get yourself get your kids a 110 Renegade XXC. If you want a really in-depth review on one of these machines, check out ATV On Demand. They just did a full review, ride and review, with a kid riding it on a closed course and showing you how good they handle and the power and jumping and everything. So check that out for a really in-depth review. Check out ATV On Demand's review of it just recently. I think only a couple weeks ago they posted it. So you should be able to find that real easy. But this is Joe with Odyssey Off-Road. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Sounds nice.
She used to just go like full throttle.
Wow, look at that suspension working, huh?